I'm done with Arrow. These writers, Mark Guggenheim, took the one character that has had the most character development in the entire show, has become my favorite character in the show, and they kill her. I'm done. That's it. I have no reason to watch this show anymore. So this will be the last time I review Arrow. I'm done. This show's gone to shit. Honestly, Mark Guggenheim is the biggest idiot that has ever come to DC Comics. I mean, when it comes to their adaptations, and you know what? I wish he was fired. I really do. He took a character that was a beloved comic book character, has been adapted so well in so many different incarnations, whether it's animation or even in Smallville, and he took this character, and granted, they didn't write her all that well to begin with, and then they finally gave her a really great story arc starting from season 3, and they turned her into in my opinion, one of the better written characters of the show, and better portrayed characters of the show, and you kill her for shock value. Fuck you, Mark Guggenheim. I'm done. I have no excuse to watch this show anymore. I have no reason to watch this show anymore. It's going nowhere. The season's going nowhere. It's becoming fucking predictable. I can't... This episode, the only thing that I can say about it that I enjoyed was Laurel. And that last scene with her and Oliver, where she says she hopes for Oliver to be happy, for Oliver to find Felicity again. And she still goes on to admit that she loves him and he's the love of her life. You take a character that most fans hated, and that you turn her into something great, and yet you keep a character so shitty like Felicity, and you take a character that you ruined like Felicity, you make her like the central character in this goddamn show, you ruin Oliver's characterization, you ruin the whole show, just for shock value. Seriously? Laurel... Katie Cassidy deserves so much better than this crappy-ass show. And... I'm so disappointed as a fan. Because seasons 1 and 2 of Arrow were some of the greatest TV I've seen. Were there some dodgy episodes? Yes. Just like any other show. And with it being a CW show, yes, it fell into those CW tropes of that everyone's partying, everyone like has to be hooking up with everyone, and everyone just... It had those tropes, but at the end of the day, those first 2 seasons were really well-developed seasons. And the only thing that I can say about the last couple of seasons that have really been crappy was that Laurel was the best character, the most well-developed character. And you take her and you kill her. Just for shock value. Just so you can say, oh, she's the one in the grave. Why? The only valid reason I can come up with is that DC plans to use the Black Canary character for a movie. Because they did that with Deathstroke, they killed him off. They did that with Deadshot, they killed him off. Did that with Amanda Waller, they killed her off. And you take one of the biggest characters in this show. And if that's the reason for them killing off the character, that's kind of understandable. At the same time, it's completely idiotic. You take the one most well-developed character in the entire show up to this point, and you kill her. And you still favor Felicity. You still favor this crappy-ass All City fan base. And you sacrifice everything that was good about this show. Like, first 2 seasons, like, even then, like, I had problems with Laurel as a character. Like, anyone who's been watching my videos for any period of time, you know that I was very against Laurel for the first couple of seasons. But now that, going back on it, Laurel wasn't even as bad as I would admit it. I just kind of jumped on the Laurel hate bandwagon. But then a third season came around, and I took a step back, and I looked at her, and I'm like, you know what? Like, despite her flaws, she's the most human and most relatable character in the show. And I have no reason to watch Arrow anymore. The last few weeks have already been disappointing. Last week, I mean, even though I liked the episode, it was cheesy and it was terribly written. I think that's it. That's it for me and Arrow. I mean, not much else to say. The only thing I can say is this. For anyone who's still a fan of the show, I hope for your sake it gets better. I honestly do. I want DC Comics to succeed. I want their adaptations, whether it's movies, TVs, comics, whatever, I want them to succeed. Because I've been a lifelong DC fan. And I don't like seeing the characters that I've grown to love and appreciate being treated with such disrespect. Like Laurel Lance and Arrow. And just Arrow as a whole. They just really abandoned what was so great about the show and catered to a fan base that just wanted two people to get together, and that was it. And you sacrifice good storytelling, and you know what? As much as I crap on Felicity as a character in the Felicity fandom, like, there were aspects about Felicity that I still kind of like, but the first 2 seasons, that was it for me. Like, that was her, those are her best moments, because she wasn't like the central character, and now, like, the last couple of seasons, they made Felicity like the most central character, and they keep crossing her over with Flash. It's kind of the point where I just don't care. I don't care about Felicity, and I'd rather see Laurel more well developed in a better show. Maybe, I mean, I don't know anymore. I mean, I don't know, guys. I think that's gonna be it for me and Arrow. So, for this to be my last Arrow episode review, all I can say is this. I want you guys to keep enjoying the show. For anyone who still is gonna watch it. Just because I have my problems, just because I am not gonna watch the show anymore, doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't watch the show. I don't like where the show's going. Obviously, I went on a whole rant for the last, 8 minutes. But you know what? I want people to have enjoyment from the show. I want people to go and support this show. Because I want DC Comics and their adaptations to succeed. So if you're out there and you enjoy the show still, just go on and keep watching it. I'm happy you enjoy it. I'm happy, people are still finding enjoyment in the show. I'm just one of the many people who I don't care anymore. The show is just not what I want it to be anymore. It's gone to shit. I can't watch it anymore for my own benefit. I have no reason to watch anymore. So that being said, that's going to be it for me. So, for the last time in my Arrow episode review, if you guys like what you see here, hit subscribe below. I do review all the other DC comic book shows. I review Flash on Tuesdays, Supergirl on Mondays, Legend of Tomorrow on Thursdays, and this will be the last time I will review an episode of Arrow on Wednesdays. So, again, with that being said, that's going to be it. So, until my next review of Legend of Tomorrow or any of my other videos, that's going to be it for me. So long, Arrow. It was something. Alright, and so long, guys.